trusting God, man. Trusting God. Look at what he's done for me, man. Like I can't even complain.
Mhm.
Not just about hard work anymore. It's about trusting in God and being one with your faith. And I promise you that everything you're going through in life is gonna get better. Just trusting God.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is the Echols Unlimited podcast. I'm your host, Terrence Echols, and today I had the wonderful opportunity to sit down with one of my great former teammates, one of my very good friends. His name is Jao Ituka of the Wake Forest men's basketball team. We got to do a follow-up podcast after the one that we did back in early January 2022. This is about almost a year later, so we got to catch up, see where he's gone in his life since our original time. If you haven't checked that out, please go check that out. I decided to do this podcast because I just wanted to catch up with him, have him talk about his recent experiences that have happened to him in the past year, but it really turned into a great in-depth conversation about religion and the impact it has had on both of our lives. So I hope you really enjoy it. I really enjoyed talking to him. So Mr. Jao Ituka, glad to see you, my brother. How you been?
Man, I've been great, man. How you been?
You know, living life, man. Post basketball, post Maris. Like I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I know the feeling. I know what it's like. Get
You
home.
could?
Not all the time, but I do get some stuff for myself.
Yeah.
I prepare for myself when the team isn't providing, but
Right.
I've been able to fend for myself. Yeah,
That's good, man. That's good. Hey, if you know like the simple basics, if you can make some eggs in the morning, you can make some,
that I can
broccoli, some
do.
chicken.
Yeah,
If you know the basics, how to take care of yourself, bro, you be all right. So I just really wanted to first and foremost thank you for coming on. It's been a long time since you came on. It hasn't even been a year, but so much has happened since the last time you were on here.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I'm just gonna get right into it. We're gonna catch up to where we left off. Where we left off was a year ago. You were 17, about to turn 18. Now you're
Mhm.
18, about to turn 19. It's crazy.
I
You're a
know.
sophomore in college, no longer at Marist College, now at Wake Forest. Just talk to me a little bit about where you were at that time period of your life, back when you were. Just think back to the last time you came on this podcast.
Man, I mean, the last time I came on this podcast, I think it was more so just expressing my hard work and my ability to what I'm saying, stick to everything that I've been doing and everything that's been working for me. The last time I was on this podcast, it was more so just trying to get my name out there, trying to get people to understand who I am, and get them to see like, I'm not just a regular person that's just gonna come here and have a okay year. I wanted to have a great year. And I did exactly that. And the mindset and the way of life and understanding the maturity. I mean, it's different now. I'm a completely different person than I was, damn near a year ago. I've grown a lot in my faith. I've come to understand what life is truly about, and understanding that I'm not just an athlete. I'm a human being, and there's more to me and more to life than just basketball and athletics and in sports. So, right now I'm in a place where my mind is gradually always improving, always looking to motivate, always looking to, accept everything that life, brings its way. And, just accepting God, man, and understanding that God has done so much for me in my life. Giving each day to Him the glory, the honor, just allowing myself to get on my knees and pray before I leave the house, pray before I go to sleep, really taking the time to read my Bible. That's the biggest jump that I made this year. And just, understanding that my life wouldn't be where it is today without him. And it's a beautiful thing, man, when your eyes are open to what the Lord can bring into your life. So
Jao, you couldn't have said it better. I think you already know what my thoughts are. I'm a man of faith as well, and I'm very glad. I'm very proud. I'm very happy to see that I already knew that you were at least a man of faith when we were together at school last year, but to see the steps that you've taken towards, accepting what God has in store for your life, man. It's so important, and it's I'm so glad to see
Yeah.
that that's what you've been doing.
I mean, quite frankly, you better than anyone, knows what happened those last few weeks of school. And, with those trials that I faced, in new beginnings, in new opportunities, and just, new lands, which was Wake. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know who to lean on. And, once I opened the Bible and realized that there was so much in there that was so real and just so captivating in my life, um, it really opened my eyes, man. It made me realize that, finding peace in life and in everything you do is it's the best goal, it's the biggest goal. And not allowing myself to be completely devoured by the identity of an athlete. I'm
Yes.
human, I'm a real person. And, I think, every day the Bible has helped me grow and evolve my mental. So no matter what comes my way, I'll prosper, man. So I keep a smile on my face and just move forward with my faith, man.
I love that. I love that. And I'm glad to hear that you've sort of taken the steps away from not just identifying yourself as an athlete, because we all know that you're a damn good one when it comes to being an athlete. And you're at Wake Forest for a reason. You won all these accolades last year at Marist for a reason. And you know, I think of you as much more than just, oh, Jao, the great basketball player. I think of you as like Jao, my friend, Jao, my brother. So I think the more you understand that you have a lot to offer this world outside of your athletic ability, and what you can do on a basketball court is going to lead you to much greater things, and it's going to help other people realize your potential. It's going to realize your true potential outside of what your potential is as an athlete. So I mentioned a few of the accolades that you received last year. You haven't really had a chance to really reflect on it in sort of this environment yet, so I want to give you that opportunity to do that right now. So you won. Let's go over it. Rookie of the year for the MAC conference. I think it was unanimous or almost unanimous.
It was.
Pretty close, right?
It was unanimous.
It was unanimous, exactly. Unanimous rookie of the year. All MAC second team as a freshman, 17 years old, 18 years old for most of the season. All MAC second team. All rookie team, which was a given being the rookie of the year. And you were candidate for the National Rookie of the Year award from I forget which publication it was from, but that was huge, especially coming from such a small school like Marist. So tell me a little bit about receiving all those accolades. I know that it's not nearly as important to you as winning and your family and being a good person and all that other stuff, but just talk a little bit about some of those accolades that you received and some of those awards you got.
It just spoke truth to my hard work, man. I don't know if you remember, man. I the last podcast I had just gotten tatted,
Yeah.
and on my forearm it said hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. And that's just something that I've always gone by. I truly believe that no matter what the situation is, no matter how many people may say you can't do it, if you just work hard, you stay consistent, you're always going to get what you want. If you keep the right mindset, you stay ready and you work hard, you're always going to get the outcome that you want. And that's exactly what I did. God-given talent, it was all part of God's plan. It was all part of God's plan. All I had to do was execute and work hard. All I had to do was stay disciplined. All I had to do was focus. And all I had to do was be driven. And all of that came together as a collective whole. You can't have one without the other. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And you have to stay focused and constantly remember what the goal is. And it's never changed. So, at that time, I wasn't really looking to see how many awards I could win. I was looking to win games.
Yeah.
I was looking to go out there and compete and help the team win, but also understanding that everything is going to come as long as we win. So
Exactly.
we
Yep.
won games. We did what we had to do as a team. It was just us, and I was able to provide a big part in helping us win. So that's really it, man. The hard work, the discipline, the consistency, all of that is key to succeeding. Consistency is key. That's one of my biggest takes, really, man. I think from now on to the rest of my life, consistency is key. If you stay consistent to whatever you want to accomplish and whatever goals you have set out for yourself, there's no way that you won't be able to unlock the doors to new, different opportunities. You just have to think about it that way. A lot of people fail to realize that whatever the goal may be, no matter how far it is, you have time to get there. You just have to stay disciplined. I mean, discipline is such a hard thing for people to ponder, but I mean, how else are you supposed to succeed if you don't stay disciplined and true to what you want to achieve? So that's just how I think about it. That's how I thought about it.
Yeah.
And every game was the same mindset. Go out there and kill. But remember, one goal, and that's to be a collective unit to win. So that's
Yeah,
it.
man. And you were definitely a huge part of that. That was, I think we won 14 games last year. That was the most wins Marist has
Yeah,
had.
man. Shout out the guys, man. Shout out the guys, man.
Yeah.
I might as well Matt, Bardo, Vaughn, Noah, Vic, Ron,
JJ.
T, JJ, Sam, B, Gliz,
You better not leave nobody out.
Tommy, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Ra, even Ra.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Raheem.
man. Shout out the guys, man. Shout out the guys, man.
You got everybody?
Uh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Jao.
And Joe,
Shout
yeah.
out the guys, man. Shout out the guys.
For sure, for sure. And I mean, you even see that our group last year, we were the tightest group I had ever seen at Marist, and it was a prime example for why it was the most wins I had seen at Marist. And I'd been there for 5 years. I've been following the team for 6 years, if you count the year I was a senior in high school following the team. But it was, the most wins I had ever seen. It was the tightest group I'd ever seen. It was the most talent I'd ever seen on one Marist team. And that was something I was super grateful to be a part of. And, you know, you moved on, you chose to transfer, and you found yourself at a bigger university, playing at a higher level, at a much different competition. So let's talk a little bit about that transfer process. And you decided to leave, and like a lot of people were all over the country. So it's not like you're a one off. But um, guy, can you tell me a little bit about your trainer and that experience?
Um, I don't like to necessarily call the people that I work out with just, it's a collective of different things that they bring to the table. So just labeling them as that isn't something that I like to really go about.
Okay.
But, this guy is somebody that, I'm blessed to know. I'm blessed to have in my life. I'm truly fortunate and happy that God just, put him in my path. His name is Joel. He owns a gym in Maryland. It's called You Reach I Teach. You Reach I Teach. You Reach I Teach. And for as long as I can remember from when I started going there, I mean, he's been a great help. He's been a great help. He's always welcoming to me and my little brother. He's very supportive, very encouraging, and he's somebody who has done it at the highest level. So to be around him and learn from him, and also be taught by him, it's really it's really great to have. And I'm fortunate enough to have him. And like I said, man, just having support like that, and being put in a position where you can succeed and grow, it's awesome. And like everything you saw, that was
Yeah.
his gym, that was his basketball. I mean, I was hitting him up every day. What time, yo, when, and he'd let me know, come in, we get work in. And I mean, I'm blessed and fortunate to be able to have that kind of connection. So I mean, that's what it was, man. Just trying to get a little bit of preparation before I left for Wake. I think I remember I think I got here May 22nd.
Okay.
And that little week or two that I had at home, I was just constantly in this gym.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. What about when you were at Marist? Who did you train with? Who did you work out with that Maris.
When I mean, I don't, I mean, yeah, nah, it was you, man. I mean, it was you, man. T. I mean, I think everyone on the team wanted to work out with you, man. I mean, you really had things going that, last couple months, what I'm saying, after the season, with me, Matt, JJ, you really helped a lot of us prepare for, for our next journey. And, we're very appreciative of that for you. And just the time that you put into really helping me. You had the notes. It's like you watched me play all year in practice and you just knew
Yeah,
exactly what
man.
I needed to work on.
Yeah.
But you did exactly that. And, love and appreciate you, man. And, one more shout out to Tyon. Tyon is a great friend of mine. Much, much love. I know you remember her. Do you remember Tyon?
Yeah, yeah. I remember Tyon. Yeah.
She would rebound and assist and support and watch the games. I mean, that right there, that's family. So Tyon, when you see this, much love.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. It was a great time. It was a privilege of mine, and I was super glad I got to at least get sort of that hands-on experience, working with guys, and it really put me in a spot where I was like, maybe this is something I could do, and I wouldn't have ever gotten that chance if you hadn't allowed me to take control and really try to help you out. So,
Hey man, whenever you in Winston Salem, we could always get a workout in.
of course, man, I'm down there tomorrow. No, but no, that's great. That's great. So talk to me a little bit about Winston-Salem. Why did you end up, choosing Wake? I mean, I know they play in, such a legendary, amazing conference. They've had some legendary players come out of there, Chris Paul, Tim Duncan. Um, you know, even last year, Alondas Williams, ACC Player of the Year.
Yeah,
Like
he's a
that,
dog. He's
exactly.
a dog.
Yeah, so talk to me a little bit about Wake and just sort of what your thoughts were in terms of why you ended up choosing to go there.
I think when it came down to opportunity, growth, and style of play, I think Wake was the best option. Ever since I've gotten here, not only have I grown mentally and as a man, as a human being, I've also evolved my body, and I've been able to really tap into a different side of me that I hadn't seen since I was in high school. Whatever you guys saw last year, it was different coming into this year, into the summer, and really getting my body in shape, and getting back to being an elite athlete, which is exactly what we did all summer with conditioning and lifts and workout. I mean, everything was phenomenal. So that right there was one of the biggest keys for me deciding to come to Wake. And as far as Winston Salem, I mean, it's nice. I can't really give you too much about the town. I don't really be out,
Yeah,
but it's quiet from what I've been able to witness, and it's nothing crazy. It's chill, but Wake is one of the biggest blessings that I've ever come across, and with everything that has happened here and with everything that will happen, I just continue to trust in God, and you know hope that everything that He's got planned for me is what He sees best and what He sees fit, and just allowing me and giving me the strength every day to take the days head on, and keep my head up and just continue working, man. That's it.
absolutely, absolutely. And you mentioned your body and how you're able to transform that. I mean, as much as I love Maris and as much as I loved being there,
Uh,
the resources that you have available to you are just insane, bro. Like I know you probably have what nutritionists, you have a strength coach. I know you guys have a weight room just for
we
basketball, don't you?
we have a weight room just for basketball,
Yeah,
and I quite frankly not even think I know that we have the best strength coach in the country.
really.
From what this man has been able to do for each and every one of the players, it's
Yeah,
tremendous. Especially myself, he truly holds me accountable, and the rest of the guys, in understanding what good sleep, good hydration, what I'm saying, a good diet can really do for you as an elite athlete. And every day when we come in and we get ready to lift, it's, I mean, we're on go, and I think for me, he's been one of the biggest help for me this year, just, in transforming my body, man. When you transform your body, you have a different kind of confidence, you
Yeah.
know, in the way you're moving and your conditioning. And that's real, that's real spill. And, I truly trust in, everything that he has been able to teach us, and, everything that he puts us through. It's always beneficial. Nothing is ever just a wasted rep. It's always beneficial. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful for Wake, and I'm grateful for God for giving me this kind of opportunity. So
Exactly. Absolutely. And I mean, and seeing some of the videos, some of the pictures I've seen, bro, like honestly, that transformation picture you sent
oh
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna put it when I edit this.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
put
go
it up
ahead,
so people
man.
can see just the
Oh,
amount of work that you put in, and
yeah.
the difference between those two pictures. I just want to get this right. It was what, 4 or 6 weeks, or
Bro, 8 weeks.
that was 8 weeks.
8 weeks,
You
man.
and you
8 weeks.
leaned up, you
8 weeks.
stayed.
I went from when I first got there, that first picture when I weighed in, I think I was like 221. I
Yeah,
was big. Like I was like, and it wasn't even like a basketball big. I looked like a running back. Like I was big, right? And
yeah,
then all the way down to 205, 204.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that was, man, when I look back, I mean, it's we put in a lot of work in the summer, man.
yeah.
A lot of work that is continuously consistent the entire year. You never want to slip off. You want to make sure that you maintain and you stay consistent, and you make sure that it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we're,
Yeah,
we're doing a lot of running, so I got to make sure I'm in shape.
yeah, exactly. And I love that. So I mean, you went down probably what, 20 pounds or so? Like that's a lot for, especially
Oh
for a
yeah,
guard. Like if a big loses 20 pounds, okay, like bigs already have, that solid frame, but as a guard dropping 20 pounds, how does that feel just moving on the court?
bro. It's like a giant weighted vest has been removed from your body. Like it feels amazing. You jump higher, you're quicker, you're more explosive. But the best thing is how much longer you can go on the court.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing about that transformation was it wasn't just about me looking good.
Yeah.
It was about me performing at a high level. It's
Hmm.
about me being in the gaps. It's about me, being in help side. It's about me, sprinting back so we've got five guys below. It's about me being able to go for a long period of time, and then when I come out, get a breather or two, go right back in and do the same thing. So, it's all about making sure that your body was always ready for when, your time was to get caught up. And it's a consistent thing, man. It's consistency that has been able to, keep me where I am and keep my mindset how it is. And it's that same consistency that's going to help me succeed a lot in the future. And I thank God for just, bestowing that in my mind. Truly. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't understand what it's like to really have something that you're working towards and stay consistent with it. There's always that year where you fall off, or that time period where you just crash out. But not with me, man. I've got too many people reminding me every day how important it is for you to succeed.
Too many people quit. That's the thing, is so many people quit along the journey. They don't realize the journey is what is the most fulfilling piece of it.
It's a marathon, man. The marathon continues,
Yeah.
and it's more so, like I said, staying ready, staying ready. And I say that coming off, a pretty unplanned injury,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, with my knee. I know you were probably gonna ask that, but
Yeah.
I'm addressing it now. It's unpleasant. It's never what you want, but it's part of the game.
Yeah.
It's part of the game. And I missed a couple games, but at the end of the day, I understand that whatever door God closes, He opens a new one for me. And it's all about understanding that this is His plan for me. I will never question it, nor will I sit back and try and act as if what He's doing isn't right. I'm gonna stand up, continue working, and whenever that time comes, which is my time, I'm gonna perform. So with that, it's just like I said, just staying ready, staying consistent.
Yeah.
and just continuing to work. It's a long journey, man. Can't stop when things don't go right for 1 second.
Exactly, exactly. And I mean that's something you already have a proven track record of doing that in what you did last year, coming off the bench for a while, getting
Mhm.
that starting spot and then holding on to that for the rest of the year, except that one game. I had to get you that one game for senior night, but
Hey man, I was happy, bro. If they played you the whole game, I was okay with it. They just played you the whole game.
oh man, no, it was cool though. It was cool. But yeah, you know, I did want to get into your injury a little bit, but let's take a couple steps back. I want to talk about your trip to Europe because I
Ah,
know at the beginning of 2022, if someone said you would be going around Europe playing basketball, I'm sure you probably would say you're crazy. So
oh God.
tell me about that experience.
I mean, the Europe experience was unreal, man. I mean, perfect place, perfect time. They do it. They always take a trip every 4 years. So
Oh wow.
I just happened to come on the fourth year,
Yeah.
and it was a surreal experience, man. I haven't been out of the country um, since I migrated here from
Since you
Cameroon.
moved, yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
everything was like, hey, bro, like I say, everything is part of God's plan because literally this year I just got my dual citizenship. So I just got my passport to be able to
Oh
leave the
wow.
country. So it was
Yeah.
like everything happened so perfectly at the right time. But as far as the trip, man, I saw Europe. How many people do you know are able to say that? Like I went to Europe and I was there
Yeah.
for 2 weeks. It was great, man. Played basketball, experienced a different culture. You know,
What was
winter.
your favorite place that you went?
Uh, we went to pay our respects. D-Day. I think it
Mm,
was. I think I'm not sure. I don't want to be wrong, but we went to pay our respects in D-Day.
mhm.
uh, it was a very beautiful historic moment. Learned a lot, and it was really a different part of the trip that brought out a different side of me. Like wow, like these soldiers really fought hard, and it all happened right here. Not that long ago either.
Yeah.
Not that long, like 70 years ago, maybe, or
Yeah.
maybe you know what I'm saying. Not even
I think it was it was in the 40s, I want to say. So
literally not that long ago. So I
yeah,
mean, it was a beautiful moment to pay my respects, man.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm pretty sure it was in France and I'm pretty sure it was in the 1940s. Yep. 1944, June 6, 1944 in Normandy, France. See, I knew that. That was crazy. So, yeah, probably about like 78 years ago, which is not even a full lifetime for some people. Some people were probably, maybe a child, a young teenager can, maybe recall that day or hearing about it in the news and whatnot. So,
True.
I mean, the fact that you got to see that, the fact that you got to experience different cultures, it's probably you're probably learning so much, and it's probably just all coming at you so fast. I bet.
It is, man. It is. It is. But
So
I'm
how do you deal with that? How do you just take all that knowledge in? I know that you try to stay you try to stay grounded. I know you try to stay to yourself. You try to do your thing, but
yeah, definitely.
how does it not all get to you at one point? Especially I know we mentioned earlier, or we were talking in the text messages. You have it's a big time in college for a college student right now. It's final season. You're getting ready to finish up your first semester of your sophomore year. So it's all happening. You're jumping into playing on an ACC team. It's you just went to France. You just toured Europe. You just transferred schools. How have you been handling all that? I know that a lot of it has been your connection with God and your you're basing yourself in your faith, which I think is incredibly amazing, and it's the most humbling and grateful and just exhilarating experience. Just basing yourself in faith, but outside of that, what have you been doing to just handle everything?
Watching anime.
Yeah, and I know you love anime. We talked about it the last time. What have you been watching?
Shoot. Thousand Year Blood War, Bleach. You know what I'm saying? One Piece is still going on. I have a lot of
Crazy.
comfort animes. I've got, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, got Naruto, Code Geass, you know what I'm saying? Attack on Titan. I mean, I have so many different options. You see that bed right there? But I
Yeah.
just lay down, watch anime. Listen, everything you just said about everything coming fast to me, I mean, it really didn't. I mean, it's like I said, it was part of God's plan, bro. It was
Hmm.
part of God's plan. So when it happened. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I know a lot more will happen
Yeah.
because I talk to him damn near every night in my dreams.
I love that.
He tells me that everything you want is going to work out as long as you stay consistent and you stay ready.
Hmm.
Continue to grow, like you said, in your faith. You know what I'm saying? And it all starts with opening the Bible and doing your very best to understand his words and understand what he means. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's been a very humbling, eye-opening journey. Because
Hmm.
like you said, last year I was a man of faith, but I wasn't able to admit it the way I am now because I
Yeah.
didn't truly understand. I was a kid, I was having fun and I didn't really understand all the great things that he was doing and bringing into my life until I hit rock bottom.
Hmm.
Then it made me realize like I need to lean to somebody,
Yeah.
something. And he reached his hand out and I grabbed it and I never let go. So
Hmm.
that's where I am right now, man. Nothing's moving too fast. All you got to do is smile. All you got to do is smile, bow your head, hold your head
Yes.
high, and just pray, man. Prayer is such a reassuring act that I truly,
Meditative.
I mean, it's such a reassuring act when you get on your knees and you close your eyes and you envision everything that you want and you envision everything that you desire.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you truly express that and lay it all out there for him. He's gonna grant you everything you want.
Yeah.
Have to remember that prayer is a consistent act. Not only when life is going good or when life is going bad, it's a consistent act, which is something that I've been able to be consistent in. That's why my
Hmm.
biggest take for this year is consistency in everything I do. I
Yep.
can't thank God and pray to God when things are going well and hope that he continues that. And I can't be too low and say, God, I haven't talked to you in a minute. Can you
Exactly.
uplift me some more? I have to stay consistent and
Yep.
understand that every day is going to bring different trials.
Hmm.
And when good happens, thank the Lord. When bad happens, thank him as well, because that's his way of showing you that, hey, I have something better for you.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this time it's a spiritual journey for me right now.
Hmm.
I'm loving the way it's going, man.
I love that. Hey, man, I'm really glad to hear that, honestly, because I'll admit, last year, we would talk a lot, bro, and we would have these heart to heart talks, and I'd be like, wow, I mean, this kid, has a great head on his shoulders. He's super focused. He's super determined, but I think he's trying to accomplish his goals just so fast. He's so set on his goals. He doesn't. He should set, just sit with yourself. And I think you've really done that over these
Oh
past
my
few months,
God.
is what I've noticed. Is
Absolutely.
you
Yeah,
you
man. I this exact chair,
yeah.
just sit here, open the Bible up, and allow God to flip the pages himself. Literally, like
Yeah.
just allow him to
You just
move.
get
You know
lost in the word. Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just get lost in the word
Mhm.
and don't try to overanalyze anything. Just
Exactly.
just take it in and allow it to flow.
Yeah.
And once you become confident and you embody everything you believe in with your faith, then you take that next step, which is level 2 for me, in sharing the word with your peers.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
that's something that I'm ready for.
Hmm.
I mean, people need to understand that. I mean, there's so much trauma and there's so much negativity in the world that there's a higher power that is calling for you to reach to him. and all you have to do is put your hand out and he'll grab you. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's something, I always say when people say, oh, I stopped believing God because this bad thing happened to me, or that bad thing happened to me. I'm like, okay, there is so much pain, there's so much evil, there's so much grief, there's so much sorrow, there's so much negativity in the world. There has to be a light. And you find it in your faith, and you realize that life is not that complicated. Life is very, very simple.
Mm.
You have the great experience of experiencing joy and love and all the good things and the positive things that are happening in this world, or if you're experiencing anything that can be associated as negative or evil or sad, or anything that doesn't necessarily make you feel joy, you look at it as, what is God trying to tell me? What lesson is he trying to teach? And man, does he have a way of teaching lessons. And I'm sure you can attest to it just as much as I. Understanding those lessons is probably it's probably the thing that just, keeps your mind going, keeps you understanding, keeps you on your toes, I guess. And sort of how you are able to continuously, all right, life may be going great for me, but I just met someone who's going through something. Man, that really makes me, feel empathetic towards them. I'm gonna pray for them. I'm gonna start thinking more positively. I'm gonna be more grateful for what I have, versus, instead of just taking what I have and taking it for granted. So, that's true. That's so important too, man. And I'm kind of glad that this talk has gone this way. I mean, I had a bunch to ask you, but I really just want to continue to dive into this. How has your family sort of helped you throughout this whole entire process? I know that you are a big family man.
Yeah.
All you wanted to do last year is, you kept telling me, man, I just want to put on for my family, help my mom, help my dad, help my brothers and sisters. How has your family helped you, just not only get understanding your faith, but just get through, the things that you've had to go through, the good and the bad.
Not only their support, but my mom and dad's constant push for me to be one with God in the Bible. Every day read Joshua, read Proverbs. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always a lecture in good faith. And my dad texts me every day. Every morning, my dad will text me. He'll say, "Good morning, Jao. The Lord God is your strength. Keep working hard on your basketball and school. He will only bless the work of your hand. We will continue to pray, love you." Another day, good day, son. Hope you are working while we are praying because they work together. No pain, no gain. That's literally no pain, no gain. That's his motto, everything.
Yeah.
Please continue to stay focused. Love you. Good morning. Be strong in your endeavors, courageous and focused. God is with you no matter what. Love you. Like it's stuff like that when you look at, it's like God, 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 man, why am I hurt? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Why this? Why that? You know what I'm saying? But you realize, but why did I win the rookie of the year? Why was I second team all MAC? Like everything that happens good, I can't question it when it's going good. So why should I question it when it's going bad?
Yes.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
I love
saying?
that.
So I just had to realize that, okay, he had a plan then, so he has a plan now.
Hmm.
Life isn't falling apart. Life is coming together. Life is a giant puzzle. And each time you reach a different age, so I'm turning 19.
Yep.
That's a puzzle that he just put into the fucking piece. So my family has been the biggest part in my faith. Not even just because of their prayers and their support, but them just being there, being alive,
Hmm.
or being reachable. I
Yeah.
can call my dad any time of the day he will pick up.
Hmm.
Anytime. You know what I'm saying? So it's understanding the glory that God's brought to my life and allowing everything that he's been able to teach my mom and dad, which I mean, they've been teaching me from a young age. I just wasn't able to understand or
Yeah.
grasp. Now that I'm a sophomore in college, I understand everything from going to church, Bible studies, you know what I'm saying? Just, I mean, I look back to it and I'm like, man, if only I could go back.
Yeah.
I could pat, if only I could wake myself up and say, yo, get up, stop sleeping in church, man, stand up. Like, really, like I'm
Yeah.
serious. You know,
Yeah.
I understand that as a young kid, you can't grasp what Jesus did for you. And you can't grasp him dying on the cross for you.
Yeah.
As you get older, you realize, like, oh my God, he truly sent his only begotten son.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To die for my sins.
Mm-hmm. The ultimate sacrifice.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't ever question that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
man. And one of the lessons that we were talking about, and it's kind of funny. We were on FaceTime a few weeks ago, and I asked you, you were dealing with the injury, sitting out games, and I was like, Jao, what do you think is being taught to you right now? What do you think you're learning right now? And you just looked at me square in the camera. And you said, to slow the f down. Like that was so crazy. Like I think about that and I thought that was hilarious, bro. Like just you understanding, this adversity, this setback that you're having in your life, and just acknowledging it and
Oh
acknowledging
yeah.
the lesson that's coming from it. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not gonna feel sorry for myself because I know God's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's there's two doors right now in my room. There's a door to the bathroom and there's a door to leave.
Yep.
I'm saying I see doors every day in my life. Every day. You know what I'm saying? It's not on me to pick which door I walk through, it's on God.
Mm-hmm.
So, no matter even if I think I may know that this door is gonna lead me here or this door is gonna take me here, God decides that.
Yeah.
So for me to sit here and allow myself to be taken away by an injury or some sort of pain, I have to first check myself and realize, yo, look at where you're at. Look at the opportunity, right? Look
Yeah.
at what God has been able to fight to get you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take advantage of it. Smile, stand up. Literally, like stand up. Like stand up, bro. Like you feel me? Like stand up. You know what I'm saying? And smile, bro. Be
Yeah.
happy. So many people love and support you. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and you're so young. Like, I don't know if you remember. I know you know, like you said, like I was so goal driven.
Yeah.
I was 17.
That's what I
Like
kept
I was
telling you, Jao.
17. Like I'm turning 19. I'm not even 20 yet, bro. So
Yes,
I'm
bro.
over here like, bro, I gotta work, bro. I gotta get to the league, bro. No, I can't sleep. Like literally, like
I kept telling you that.
I know, bro. I know now. I believe, but trust and believe. I know now.
Yeah.
Everything happens in good faith. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like I just need to slow down
Yeah.
and learn. See, at Marist, things happened so fast. I had so much glory and attention that it was
You're a
hard for
big man on campus.
it was hard for me to learn what I needed to learn, but everything I was doing was working. Blow
Yeah.
by perfect and one layup, free throw, blow by, like it was the same thing. But now I'm here. I gotta make the right reads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta see the opposite. I gotta see the defense. I gotta be able to make plays. I gotta know the sets. You know what I'm saying? Like being in this position is God's way of telling me, like, that door that he's really got widely open for me, like you're right there, bro. You just gotta slow down, work, stay consistent. You feel me? So that's it, man.
I love that. I love that. And I know, and I'm super glad to hear that, bro. And I keep saying that, but I really am, and I'm really proud of you. Um, you mentioned you're so young still. I wanted to ask you about being named captain of the team at Wake Forest. Let me just put this out into perspective for those who are listening right now. You first of all, you are a transfer, so you just transferred in. You've been there what, 6 months, 7 months? You've been there 7 months. It was a couple months ago, so probably 4 or 5 months in, being on campus, you were named captain of the team at 18 years old. There's some dudes in high school who are older than you. I hope you know that, right? Who are doing post grad years and stayed back an extra year and did all this to help advance their recruiting and all that stuff. Mind you, there are 19-year-olds in high school right now who are older than you, and you're out here sophomore in college, ACC, as a captain of a team. Talk to me about that experience and what went into it. Why do you think you were chosen to do that, and why and how has it been being sort of a leader on this year's Wake Forest team?
Uh, it's just another door got open. Um, with my personality, you know, I, to me, I felt like it was bound to happen. I'm a very encouraging and uplifting kind of person. I generally love to motivate the people around me. Um, I truly believe in waking up motivated. I heard Deion Sanders say that one time. He was like, "I wake up motivated," and
Yeah,
that's truly something that I aspire to be. So, my approach in the summer, during the year, up until now, is just try to be as encouraging and as positive as I can be, and just communicate with the guys, and really just be that first voice that you want to be heard. I may not know what I'm talking about, but as long as I'm saying, yeah, let's go, come on, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like it goes a long way. And like I said, just my positivity, man. I mean, better than anyone what it's like to be in a locker room with a losing team and a team that just lost a tough game. Now there's guys bickering and arguing. Like, that doesn't really go anywhere. I'm a guy that always wants to make sure that everyone is level headed, reminding everyone that we're good. Sometimes guys don't always want to hear that, but
yeah.
I enjoy saying it just so like I'm on your side. All
Hmm.
right. You can be mad at me, but I'm going to still reassure you and remind you because our coaches aren't always going to be the ones to do that. So we have to do it within ourselves. So it may not be what everybody wants to hear. And, sometimes guys might not like it, but that's just who I am as a person. I love to encourage people. I love to show love and I love to support. And when we're out there together and we're playing our hearts out and we're diving on the ball and getting up and down the court, I mean, we're a team. We're doing everything collectively. So I think for me, my mindset was just leading by example, leading by positivity, leading by communication, and it worked for me. And I'm somebody who wants to know what he doesn't. If I don't know that set, remind me. Hey, let me know. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? If I take a bad shot, that's on me. My fault, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just communicate so they don't think that you're just out there and you're selfish and you're doing it by yourself and you want to progress in everything you do. It's been tough, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a challenge that I'm willing to accept, and to have that title is not something that I just walk around with and act like I'm a big guy on camp. No, man, it's a title that speaks about your character,
It's a responsibility.
a responsibility, and you
Yeah.
have to learn how to approach games and practices and teammates with having that title. Bringing guys together, just saying what needs to be said, even though nobody's willing to hear it. I'm gonna say it, just so it's gonna be heard. You're not gonna respond, but I'm gonna say it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are uncomfortable with that position. I'm not.
Yeah.
If you hate me, I'm gonna do right by you and be a good teammate, man. That's it. So
That's great. That's great. And being that positive light, that person who's bringing energy when the team needs it the most, being a person who's able to communicate, that's able to be a connecting force and a driving force is something that's incredible and super important to every team that you're on. And I want to talk a little bit about just this basketball season so far. I mean, you guys are off to a great start. I mean, you only lost 2 games, right? Or is
mhm.
it? Yeah, you lost 2 games. I know. Where what was it? Loyola,
uh,
Loyola Marymount was
yeah,
it?
I think I'm not
And
sure.
then
LMU.
LMU, yeah, Loyola Marymount, and then that was down in Jamaica, and
Yeah.
then Clemson last week. So, um, you know, good teams, good programs, but I watched you guys get a really tough, hard nosed win out in Wisconsin a couple weeks ago. So um talk to me a little bit about the team. Like, who are the teammates that you've developed the closest bond with? Like, who do you think is, another positive force in the locker room? Like, just talk to me a little bit about your team.
We have a great group of guys, man. We have a great group of guys that are all truly invested in winning and supporting one another. And, also just doing whatever it takes to, what I'm saying, secure the W. And, right now on the team, it's all about togetherness. Our coach, Coach Forbes, he always says tough, togetherness, and it's all about sticking together even after a good loss or a bad loss or good win, bad win, whatever the case may be. So I think collectively as a team, we have a great group of guys, and I get along with everybody. And there's a lot of guys on the team that share my faith. Andrew and RJ, and guys that are just a supporting, reassuring force in that. So I think they've been really good key roles in helping me truly, come together and understanding myself. Davion, you know, it's probably one of the guys I'm closest with on the team. I mean, that's my guy, man. He's awesome. He's a great human being. He's a really good person. Ty, Davian. I mean, those are the oldest guys on the team
Mhm.
and guards. So I'm learning a lot from them. Ty especially, as he's a point guard. Just asking a lot of questions. He's been doing it for a while now. So, just trying to learn as much as possible from him. And then, everybody else, man. Everybody else just has a lot of, we all have a lot of personality that we bring to the table. And I'm
Mhm.
incredibly appreciative and happy to have, such a great group of, of guys. So, I've been on a lot of teams, and this is one of those teams where I can truly say, like, yo, like, we have so much to offer. We just got to go out there and get it done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really it, man.
Yeah, and I've seen it. I've been paying a lot more attention to Wake Forest basketball since you signed on. And, I'm trying to support my boy, watch my boys' games, and I'm rooting for y'all, man. Every single game this year, except March 4th. So
Uh, I don't know about that one.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'll be if I'm home, I'm there to see it, man. I'm there to see it, and it'd be good to see you in person. I know Mama T's gonna be there; she's gonna want to see you, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see you and see you guys and see how the season goes, man. I think you're in a good place, and you're with a good program that is not only is Wake such a good program that's on the rise in the basketball sphere, and you guys have some great talent that you just mentioned, but it's one of the best academic institutions in
Oh, I know.
the country, bro. Like
I know,
it's
bro.
for big schools, it's like
Yeah,
it's up there. People, mention Wake Forest with Vanderbilt,
I know.
Northwestern, Stanford.
It's actually called work forest because of all the damn work that these be giving us, man. It's
Yeah,
work forest, a lot of work.
yeah. So how has that been? I know you guys probably have, we had some great resources at Marist. I know Alyssa Gates, she does a lot for on
Yeah.
the student athlete side of things and more the student part, and she really helps out, people. But I'm sure what she has, pales in comparison to what you guys have available to you at Wake in terms of some of the resources you have, some of the tutoring, some of the, just academic structures that you have in place. Like,
Mhm.
what's that been like?
It's been incredibly helpful, man. I think it's just, having a group of people that, are two helping you succeed and, helping you find balance and, consistency in doing your work, even though you're traveling. I think that's been very helpful. And, just the tutoring part, man, whether it's an hour or 2 hours, there's the time, there's the space, and, they're really just there to help you get your work done. So you just got to take advantage of that opportunity, which I have this year. And it's really helped me.
Good. Very good, very good. I know. And if you still working hard and you trying and you still doing your thing, man, I can't be, I can't be disappointed in you if I tried, bro. You're working.
I'm working.
Did you pick a major yet?
Oh, communication. I wanted to do fashion, but they didn't have it here. So,
Mm. So what's sort of the biggest adjustment you've had to make?
just being a better basketball player, really.
Hmm.
Um, you know, trying not to be so predictable, getting out of my comfort zones, really being more of a point guard, seeing the floor, making the right reads. I think that's really it, man. I mean, I think that's the next step for me, just being able to make the right reads. I get shots up, I work on my handles. I do everything you need to do to be a good, skilled basketball player, but making the right reads is all up here and seeing the floor and making the best available choice for the team. So I think to answer your question, it's really that.
Yeah,
Anything else in life I've got covered.
yeah.
You
That's
know,
that's an ongoing process too. That's just something that, it's gonna come with, you
yeah,
know, you're gonna have your good games, your bad games, your good practices, your bad practices.
yeah,
As,
I know.
as you just take every experience and you learn from it and you grow from it. But by the time you by the time you hang them up, you're gonna be, sky's the limit. You're gonna have accomplished all that you can, all that you wanted, and I have no doubt about that for sure.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I got just a couple more questions for you.
Hmm.
What are you most looking forward to for the rest of this basketball season and this school year?
Um, Winning as many games as possible, man. You wanna have a better record than you did last year, and you wanna, what I'm saying, perform better than you did last year. And as far as school, just continuing to grow as a student and understanding the importance of education and the opportunities that it brings outside of basketball. So it's definitely that. It's definitely that.
Education, man. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. And when you walk in the stage one day, I'm gonna be so happy, so proud. My boy. But no, that's good. That's great, man. And I think we pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about today. I really have enjoyed getting to connect with you and talk to you again, man. I know we used to have these types of chats daily, and I
Yeah.
miss them, man. I miss seeing you
Me
every
too,
day.
dog.
I miss getting blown by every day. I miss getting clamped up on defense every day.
Oh man,
I
T.
miss watching you, dunk on people. I miss watching you, do your thing, bro. But I know that you're in a good place. I know that you're in a great place mentally, great place spiritually, and then physically as well. I mean, I think Wake has been nothing but good for you. And, I'm super happy for you, man. And I know sky's the limit. I'm going to stay right here, cheering you on, being there for you whenever you need it. And, just know you got a brother for life in me, bro.
Oh man, I know, man. You as well. Me too, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
Anything else you'd like to say? You want to promote something?
Um, just trust in God, man. Trust in God. Look at what He's done for me, man. Like I can't even complain.
Mhm.
Not just about hard work anymore. It's about trusting in God and being one with your faith. And I promise you that everything you're going through in life is gonna get better. Just trust in God. Thank you.
That's a great message, and I second that, and I can go with that as well. And I appreciate you coming on. Um, nothing but blessings, nothing but health, nothing but just wellness for you. And thank you again, man.
Of course, man. All right, man.
Peace.
Experiences where it could really open up that side of why I look at Jesus the way I do. But I do it because I'm just grateful, bro. Like that's really it is. I look at it and I'm like, yo, this God that I serve is doing so much in my life. I want to see what is it that he wanted me to know. And so I got into it that way. a lot of people get into it when they're at their low. A lot of people get into it when their family tells them to get into it, but
or if they're fearful,
breaks up. So it's like there's a lot of thoughts in my head because I'm trying to make the best decision, but I'm always gonna fail. I think you could be a Christian and fail a million times a day. I think being a Christian is a true Christian, bro. It's minding your business when it comes to sin. Like if you're doing something, I'm not gonna go into your face and be like, yo, bro, God's gonna be really upset with you. I look at what I have in front of me and my plate, and I have so much crap I have to fix. I have to stop swearing. I have to eat better. I have to work out. I have to genuinely be a better person to people. There's so many things that I have to do. I'm not looking around trying to judge everybody else on what they got going on. So if you are a Christian and you are sinning and you are, you know, even though you're like, oh, who'll forgive me? To me, that's just a weak mindset as a Christian. And I unfortunately, in circumstances, do have a weak mind. So I think God judges the heart. So when he sees a circumstance, he's going to see your place. Like if a man steals, right, for greed is versus a man who steals for bread because his wife is hungry.
Yeah.
It's a different vertical.